Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. We are back with our rationalization at congratulations po sa mga bagong RN and kabilang na po tayo doon. We also took the board exam this last November 2025 at awa ng Diyos, we all got this. And now, it's time for me also to share my knowledge. At ang gagawin nyo na lang is makinig kasi mostly ng sasabihin ko is fresh na concepts. First hand galing sa akin yung nag-take. Okay? We will start with the NP1. Isa sa mga topics na lumabas sa NP1 is all about hepatitis. Ibubulong ko na lang sa inyo mamaya yung mga tanong, okay? Pero ngayon, short review natin yung 5 klase ng hepatitis na dapat ninyong malaman. So, mag-start tayo sa hepatitis A. Kinulayan ko na yan. Both brown sa hepatitis A and E. Just imagine yung street foods na kikiam or yung barbecue na color brown. Kasi sa mga pagkain na kukuha ang hepatitis A and E, especially street foods, kasi hindi natin alam yung preparation ng pagkain. So again, both Hepa A and Hepa E are transmitted through eating or drinking contaminated water or food. And also pareho din silang short-term illness. Huwag nating kalilimutan. How about sa Hepatitis B? Hepatitis B is transmitted through contact with infected blood or fluids. Halimbawa is nakipagbembang ka sa pasyente mong positive sa Hepatitis B. Pwede kang mahawa kasi it spreads through semen which is a body fluids. Pero huwag kang makipagbembang sa pasyente mo. Antayin mong ma-discharge. Joke lang. Halimbawa naman sa blood contact is yung sharing of needles, razors, or yung contaminated na tattoo or body piercing. Moreover, natra-transmit din ang hepatitis B through mother-to-child transmission during birth. Lastly, pwede din siyang may transmit through blood transfusion. And itong Hepa B virus na ito is lifetime condition. Wala siyang cure. Okay? Next naman is yung hepatitis C. Halos parehas din ang hepatitis C as compared sa hepatitis B. Ang pinagkaiba lang ng hepatitis C is halos blood-borne lang siya na tra-transmit. Unlike sa hepatitis B na pwede siyang matransmit through mucosal or sexual contact and perinatal routes. Again, yung hepatitis C is almost exclusively blood-borne and is uncommon to be transmitted through sexual contact. Okay? Habang ang hepatitis B is mas madami lang siyang mode of transmission. Pwede siya sa bloods or fluids and mother-to-child transmission during birth and blood transfusion. Okay? I hope nakuha ninyo both hepatitis B and hepatitis C pwedeng mag-lead to cirrhosis and liver cancer. Punta naman tayo sa hepatitis D. Hepatitis D is transmitted through infected blood or fluids and chronic infection may progress to cirrhosis. Itong hepatitis D na ito, hindi pwedeng magkaroon ng hepatitis D kung wala siyang hepatitis B. Again, hepatitis D can only occur if the person has hepatitis B. Huwag nating kalilimutan yan. So, let's go to the questions and answers. Sige, let's proceed to the questions. What is the causative agent of hepatitis A? A. Bacteria, B. Virus, C. Fungi, and D. Parasite. So, ito yung isa sa mga nagpangiti sa atin sa Nursing Practice 1. Kung ano daw ang cause ng hepatitis A. So, sagot in 3, 2, 1. Our answer here is virus. Lahat naman ng hepatitis A, B, C, D, and E is mainly caused by virus. Kung hindi man virus, pwedeng side effect lang ng gamot, pwede ding poisons, and pwede ding autoimmune. Wala tayong sinabing bacteria ha, wala ding fungi, wala ding parasite. Kung alam mo ito and inulit sa board exam, then automatic 1 point ka na. Madali lang, di ba? So, next question. What is the proper site for administering the birth dose of hepatitis B vaccine? A. Left deltoid, B. Right deltoid, C. Anterolateral thigh, and D. Gluteal muscle. So, again, what is the proper site for administering the birth dose of hepatitis B vaccine? Wala na tayong pag-uusapan dito. Sagot agad. Our answer here is letter C. Anterolateral thigh. Or baka naman, ibahan nila yung term kasi alam nyo naman, rewording is the name of the game. Sa board exam, mahilig silang mag-rephrase or mag-reword. So, another term for anterolateral thigh is vastus lateralis. Again, site for administering birth dose of hepatitis B vaccine is on vastus lateralis or anterolateral thigh. Pag sa older children or adults, dun na pwede yung sa deltoid. Okay? Our answer here is letter C, anterolateral thigh. Excuse me. Next question. The client asked the nurse if she will be able to breastfeed the baby as planned after delivery. Which therapeutic response would the nurse communicate to the client? So, tinatanong daw ng patient kung pwede daw ba siyang mag-breastfeed after delivery. Which therapeutic response would the nurse communicate to the client? So, pwede ba siyang magpa-dede or hindi? So A, you will not be able to breastfeed the baby until 6 months after delivery. B, breastfeeding is not advised and you should seriously consider bottle feeding the baby. Letter C, breastfeeding is not a problem and you will be able to breastfeed immediately after birth. And letter D, breastfeeding is allowed if the baby receives prophylaxis, treatment at birth, and scheduled immunizations. So, ang sagot natin dito is letter D. Breastfeeding is allowed if the baby receives prophylaxis, treatment at birth, and scheduled immunization. Pwedeng magpa-breastfeed si mother after birth as long as mabakunahan agad yung baby. Okay? Ang sagot natin dito is letter D. Another question related dito is, pag si mother daw is positive, within how many hours dapat na ibigay mo na yung bakuna? Sige nga. Sagot, dapat maibigay mo na within 12 hours. Hindi lalagpas sa 12 hours. Dapat na ibigay na yung vaccine sa baby pag positive si mother. Kasi kung natatandaan ninyo, within 24 hours, binibigay natin ang vaccine for Hep B except pag si mother is positive. It should be given not longer than 12 hours. Okay? It should not be given not longer than 12 hours. Another board exam question, wag natin kalilimutan. Next question, basta ang sagot natin dito is letter D. Pwede siyang magpa-breastfeed as long as mabakunahan agad yung bata. Next. A hepatitis B screen is performed on a postpartum client and the results indicate the presence of antigens in the maternal blood. Which intervention would the nurse anticipate to be prescribed to protect the neonate? A. Obtaining serum liver enzymes. B. Administering hepatitis vaccine. Letter C. Supporting breastfeeding every 5 hours. And letter D. Repeating hepatitis B screen in 1 week. Nasabi na natin to kanina, to protect the newborn, dapat ibigay agad yung hepatitis B vaccine along with the hepatitis immunoglobulin agad within 12 hours. Therefore, our answer here is letter B, administering hepatitis B vaccine. Wala na tayong pag-uusapan dyan. Next. A nurse is conducting health teaching for a new mother regarding the hepatitis B immunization scheduled for her newborn. Which of the following statements by the mother indicates correct understanding of the vaccination schedule? A. My baby should receive the first dose at 2 months old. B. The hepatitis B vaccine is given in a single dose only. Tama ba yan? Letter C. The first dose should be given within 24 hours after birth. And letter D. My baby will receive the first dose together with the MMR vaccine. So, ang sagot natin dito is letter C. Very obvious. The first dose should be given within 24 hours after birth. Nasabi na natin to kanina, ito yung standard pag si mother is negative sa Hep B. Pero pag si mother nalaman na positive, binibigay agad-agad within 12 hours yung vaccine sa baby. Ano yan, sir? Paulit-ulit? Ulit-ulit na lang ba? Pero sa tanong na ito, tinatanong which statement indicates correct understanding of the vaccination schedule. Ang sagot natin dito is letter C. The first dose should be given within 24 hours after birth. Yung letter A, my baby should receive first dose at 2 months old. Ito is incorrect understanding kasi masyadong matagal naman yung 2 months. Antayin mo pang mag 2 months. Baka mapaktay na yung baby dyan. Yung letter B naman is incorrect din kasi hepatitis B is not given only in a single dose. Actually, meron pa siyang following doses according to WHO. And ang first dose is given after birth. Second dose naman is given after 1 month. And yung third dose natin is given within 6 months. Okay? Mali din ang letter D kasi yung schedule ng MMR is 9 months and 1 year. And masyadong matagal naman pag antayin pa natin yung schedule ng MMR. So, yung letter D is an incorrect statement. Grabe, antayin mo pa yung 9 months bago mo ibigay. Mali po ang ating letter D. Okay? The correct statement here is only letter C. The first dose should be given within 24 hours after birth. Paulit-ulit natin sinasabi yan. Please, huwag ninyong kakalimutan. Next. During meals, the pregnant client with hepatitis B dislodges her IV line and bleeds on the surface of the over-the-bed table. It would be most appropriate for the nurse to instruct a housekeeper to clean the table with. Ano daw yung gagamitin mong paglinis? Letter A, alcohol. B, acetone. Letter C, ammonia. And letter D, bleach. So, according to CDC, our answer here is bleach. Huwag natin kalilimutan. Bleach lang po, okay? Next question. Ay, no, scabies na pala. Okay, so let us proceed to scabies. Isa na naman ito sa mga nagpaiyak, nagpangiti, or gumulat sa mga takers this past board exam. So, kailangan ulit nating review kung ano ba yung mga kailangang malaman para maging ready kayo at ngitian nyo na lang pag lumabas sa board exam ninyo. So, causative agent. So, lumabas ito. Huwag ninyong kakalimutan, ang causative agent ng scabies is mite. Mite. Okay, mite. Specifically, Sarcoptes. Utang na loob, huwag ninyong isasagot na fungi. Pag sinagot ninyong fungi, pupunta talaga ako sa examination room ninyo, sasampalin ko kayo. Okay? So, madami kasing nagkamali dyan. Inuulit ko, ang causative agent ng scabies is mite. Mite. Pag walang mite at mayroong parasite sa choices, isagot ninyo parasite. Okay? Next. Punta naman tayo sa transmission. Scabies is highly contagious and spreads through direct skin-to-skin contact with an infected person and pwede ding indirect contact with contaminated clothing, bedding, or towels. Again, pwedeng direct skin-to-skin contact and pwede ding indirect contact with contaminated clothing, beddings, or towels. Okay, so sa symptoms naman, merong intense itching, especially worst at night. Okay? Especially worst at night. Meron ding papular rash or burrows which is thin and wavy lines on skin. So, ganito ang itsura niya. Tingnan nyo na lang para ma-appreciate ninyo. Okay? Next naman is the nursing management. Importante din to. Dapat alam niyo. So, sa nursing management, kailangang i-isolate natin yung patient to prevent the spread. And then, board exam concept, we should treat all household members and close contacts simultaneously. Dapat lahat ng family members is trinitreat natin and kailangang sabay-sabay. Kailangang sabay-sabay. Natanong na ito sa board exam and ibubulong ko ulit sa inyo mamaya. So, moreover, sa nursing management, dry clean or seal non-washable items in plastic bags for 3 to 4 days para mamatay yung mites. And kailangan nating educate yung patient on proper application of topical scabicides and prevention of reinfestation. Okay? Next. Okay, so mag-proceed ulit tayo sa questions and answers. So, this is it. What is the cause of scabies? A. Mites. B. Fungi. C. Bacteria. D. Virus. This is not the exact question and choices galing sa exam, pero ganito yung tanong. And our answer here is mites. Mites, syempre. Wala nang iba. Next question. Why scabies keeps on recurring despite treatment? So, I'm so sorry I can't provide the complete question kasi ito lang yung naalala natin, pero this is the question. Okay, so ito yung sinasabi kong lumabas sa boards and our answer here is failure to treat all members of the family simultaneously. Kasi pag ginamot mo yung isa at gumaling, hindi pala gumaling yung kasama nila sa bahay, magkakaroon ulit ng reinfestation. So, importante sa scabies, dapat sabay-sabay ang treatment at dapat ikumpleto lahat ng treatment. Again, why scabies keeps on recurring despite treatment? Answer, failure to treat all family members, all of the family members simultaneously. Okay, next question. There was an outbreak of scabies in the barrio where Nurse Jenna is working. There was no more Acapulco seen in barrio as it is consumed by many. What alternative herbal medicine can be used by the barrio? A. Tsaang gubat, B. Nyugnyogan, C. Yerba buena, and D. Lagundi. Ang tanong is naubos daw ang Acapulco, ano daw ang pwedeng alternative? So ang sagot natin dito is Lagundi. Lagundi kasi meron siyang antipruritic effect. Okay? Hindi niya pinapatay yung mite pero at least nilalabanan niya yung makate. Yung tsaang gubat naman, ginagamit yan for diarrhea or stomach ache. Yung nyugnyogan naman, ginagamit for intestinal worms. And yerba buena is used for pain or headache. So again, our answer here as an alternative for Acapulco is Lagundi. Hindi lang pang-ubo ang Lagundi. Okay? Next question, para makadami tayo. During the history taking, which of the following is the most common symptoms of scabies that the family would report to Nurse Emma? A. Rashes, B. Swelling, C. Scaling, and D. Itchiness. Our answer here is letter D, itchiness. Kasi sa scabies is talagang makatiyan, especially at night. Wala na tayong pag-usapan dyan. Again, our answer here is itchiness. The most common symptom of scabies that the family would report to Nurse Emma is itchiness. Wala nang iba. Next question. In providing health teaching to the family, Nurse Emma would include in her teaching the etiology of scabies, which is A. Virus, B. Fungi, C. Bacteria, D. Parasite. Paulit-ulit tayo dito. So, sabi ko nga, kung walang mites sa choices, isagot natin ang parasite. Therefore, our answer here is letter D. Parasite. Next, the mother of the family asked Nurse Emma how to apply the Anti-scabies lotion. The nurse should teach the family to apply the anti-scabies lotion to A. All skin areas, B. Affected skin, C. Open lesions, and letter D. Reddened areas. Ang sagot natin dito is letter A. All skin areas. We should teach the patient to apply lotion to all skin areas para masigurado na lahat ng mga mites ay mamatay. It is because scabies mites can spread to any part of the body even if symptoms aren't visible. Okay? Kaya mas maigi na i-apply ang lotion all over the body. Again, sagot natin dito is all skin areas. Dapat i-apply mo all skin areas, hindi lang sa nakikita mong affected, hindi lang sa nakikita mong may burrows. Okay? Next question. In order to prevent the spread of scabies infestation to other residents in the community, Nurse Emma should teach the family which of the following. Para hindi daw mo spread, Nurse Emma should teach the family which of the following. A. Boil the utensils used by the patients. B. Avoid sharing items used by the infected person. Letter C. Take a bath 3 or more times a day. Letter D. Wear mask and shield at all times, even at home. Ang sagot natin dito is letter B. Avoid sharing items used by the infected person. This is an indirect transmission na na-discuss natin kanina. Yung letter D, it is not necessary to wear mask and shield at all times, even at home, kasi hindi naman yan airborne. Okay? Yung letter C, it does not guarantee na hindi matratransmit. And yung letter A, boil the utensils used by the patients. It's not necessary kasi hindi naman yan natratransmit orally.